All right, so welcome back for another deep dive into a really interesting first line, I think.
Okay.
This time we're going back to Stephen King with Misery.
Oh, yeah.
And, a lot of people have probably read this one, but just in case you haven't, it's the one that gave us all the heebie-jeebies about, like, crazy fans.
Oh, for sure. Definitely a classic.
Yeah.
And you're right. The opening line is something else.
It's something else. It's, forget Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
This one throws you right into a blender, and it's umber one yearn, umber one fathom, these sounds.
Yeah.
Even in the haze. Whoa.
Right.
Just reading it makes me feel like, what is going on?
Right. It's so disorienting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Like, King just chose those sounds just to throw you off balance.
Yeah.
As a reader. And it's almost like he's using onomatopoeia to mimic these sounds that someone might hear if they were in a dazed state.
Exactly. And, we've talked about so many first lines on the show, and they're always setting the scene, introducing a character, doing something a little bit normal.
Right.
This one is just bam, right into.
Yeah, you're just in it.
Yeah.
You're in the protagonist's head before you even know who they are.
Yeah. And that feeling you get when you read it, really like thinking about the rest of Misery.
Yeah.
It persists.
Oh, totally.
Trapped with a deranged fan.
It's terrifying.
Oh my gosh. I talk about psychological turmoil. It's this line is just like a little sonic premonition.
Absolutely. It foreshadows all those themes of captivity and, just this distorted reality that he's living in.
Yeah. And it's so interesting that he does it just with sound.
Yeah.
It's not even really words.
Exactly. And that's part of what makes it so effective.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not visual. It's just sound.
Yeah. It's like a feeling.
Yeah.
We've talked about a lot of opening lines that hook you.
Right.
But sometimes you get into a book and you're like, okay, I'm hooked. But then you kind of forget about that first line. Does this one have staying power?
I think this one does.
Yeah.
I think because throughout the whole novel, he's drugged, he's manipulated, he's forced to write, and his whole perception of reality is just completely warped.
Right. So it's constantly being brought back to that first line.
Exactly. Like those fragmented sounds, they become this motif.
Yeah.
Reminding us that he's fragile and that Annie Wilkes has all this power over him.
Yeah. He's not really in control.
At all.
And thinking about it even more broadly, this is classic Stephen King.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's the master of psychological horror.
Yeah, and getting right into the mind of his characters.
Right. And he's so good at making even the ordinary things terrifying.
Right.
And I think this opening line is a great example.
Yeah.
He takes something simple, like sound, and makes this whole atmosphere of dread.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, did he plan the whole novel just from that one line?
Right.
So as we wrap up, here's something for you to think about. Does knowing what happens in Misery...
Does it make this opening line even more terrifying, or does it stand on its own as just a really...
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, a powerful piece of writing.
I don't know. I think it definitely adds a layer.
Yeah.
Knowing what's to come. But I think it's pretty powerful on its own, too.
Yeah.
Just that disorientation.
For sure.
It really sets the stage.
Yeah. All right, we'll leave it there. And we'll be back next time with another really great first line.
Sounds good.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.